Good morning, hello, welcome back to my channel. I look so ratchet. I promise I'll try my hardest to look better in the rest of this video, but I look so ratchet right now because I've been up since 6 AM. I was up because I was meant to have a blood test at 10 to 9 and I have to be up early to drink a load of water before that. But that's been cancelled now because I had to take a COVID test as well, because my mum has had COVID since Monday, and so I've been working from home, and I was fine until this morning. Okay, late last night, got home from London, I was fine in London, I was fine all day, and then I got home and had like a sore throat, and I was like, oh no. I did take tests before I went to London. I took 2 yesterday, just to be on the safe side, and they both came back negative, which is why I still went to the theatre. It was only an hour show, but it was like millennials, so you know, still kind of in close space with people, so hopefully it's fine. And then I woke up this morning and took a test, and I just had this inkling in my head. I knew it was going to happen when I had a show to steward at work that I really wanted to watch. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, my name's Amelia. I do book videos, weekly vlogs, stuff like that. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, you know, all that stuff. I am going to be doing, and I'm going to be attempting, whilst with COVID now, it was not only meant to be attempted to do 24 hours of reading again without COVID. We're going to attempt 24 hours of reading again with COVID. Oh, I actually think I might have to boot my fan because it's not doing anything from over there. So I'm going to do that in a minute. It's actually just not helping me at all, it's just making me hotter. But we're going to get on with it. I've chosen 3 books to try and read within this 24 hours. We might not be as lucky as last time because I didn't have COVID the last time. So I have chosen 3 books of 3 different sizes. I finished reading With This Kiss by Carrie Hope Fletcher, which was what I was planning to do for this video. Was finish that in this 24-hour reading, and then I picked other books like I did the last time. But I finished that yesterday because I got hooked on it, and then I'm like rereading Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo to annotate it, because I really wanted to, because that's like the first book this year that I properly fell in love with. So that is what I'm mission to do, but that's not part of this video. So the 3 books I've got for this video is another Taylor Jenkins Reid book, because I've read 2 of her books now, and I'm slightly obsessed. Not as obsessed as I am with Colin Hoover, because obviously I've read 4 of her books, and I've now got 6 more of hers to read, and I was slowly going to put into the Hopeless series in this video, but I was like, no, I'm not ready to sit down and read all 4 of her books. So we chose Taylor Jenkins Reid's One True Loves. This is about a girl who got married, her husband died. I'm only going from what I've heard. So then she ends up meeting someone else, falls in love with him, and then finds out her husband is actually not dead. So now she has to choose between 2 of them. So I'm intrigued to see how that's going to work out. So this is going to be the first book I read, as it doesn't seem too long. And I think because it's Taylor Jenkins Reid, I can easily get hooked on it. Hopefully. And then we have The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. From what I know, is a Enemies to Lovers book. It's about Olive, who is a twin sister to Amy, who got sick and her wedding and couldn't go on her honeymoon, so she let Olive go, and Olive had to go with her enemy, Ethan. So I'm intrigued to see what happens. So that's going to be the second one on the list. Doesn't seem too bad, like big letters. And then finally on the list is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm thinking because it's August, it's a bit summery, I want to read it. And because although I wasn't as obsessed with book covers as a lot of people were, I do still like the writing style of her, so I'm intrigued to see how this goes. So I'm going to sort myself out. I'm going to potentially remove my fan. I am going to be watching Harry Potter all the way through today and tomorrow, because it's my go-to movie to put on when I'm ill, because it just makes me feel comforted. It's time to start. I say this with so confident that I'm going to get through these books. I'm probably going to end up having a nap in about an hour, let's be real. But because I've got basically the whole weekend, as far as I'm aware, unless I test on Sunday and it comes back negative, then I might go out for like a walk. I might need to sit with my mum to go outside to take a photo, but that'll be fine. My mum will be clear by then. I need to get some content for a collab or gifted dress that I got, but that's fine. Anyway, I'm aware that this might go on longer than 2 days, but I will be reading for 24 hours over the space of 4 days. That is the plan, because I'm obviously not going to be going anywhere now this weekend, and I haven't got work because I'm actually off work. It's pre-booked holiday. That I'm going to do this, but anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm about to start reading One True Love's my Taylor Jenkins reads. I've got my tabs, I've got post-its, I've got highlighters, and we're going to get in with reading. I'm very excited, and I'm about to press start on the stopwatch. Where is it? About to press start.
Standing in the cold, cold rain, I don't even feel the pain. Anything to step away, I know we could both do better. Wish you would've left me here, now I'm just controlled by fear. What's the point in our reflection, if you never look in the mirror? Counting the days until you're gone, waiting for us to carry on.
I've read 7 pages in 20 minutes. But I have been getting distracted by Snapchat, to be honest. But, oh my god. I'm already like, my heart is already breaking for Emma. And I'm only 7 pages in. Like, I have already tabbed so much of the first chapter, and it's literally just like the prologue of getting into it. Like, I just don't know how. So, she's engaged to Sam. But while she's engaged to Sam, she's also, her husband Jesse comes back, and I was like, how are you gonna find your way and figure out who you want? Like, I can't. There's a line, Jesse says on the phone, says, Emma, it's me, I'm alive, can you hear me? I'm coming home. And I was like, that's sad. But yeah, I need to go get some more water. I've got an energy drink here, but it don't taste that great, and that's because it's still those cheap, crappy ones. So I think I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee or tea, and then I'm gonna continue. Okay, I have actually technically done an hour because I forgot to pause the stopwatch when I went to get a cup of tea and water. But I've read the second chapter, I guess, of this, which is when she first meets Jesse. It's really interesting so far. I accidentally stopped the stopwatch and reset it, so I've done, like I said, it took me an hour, but so it's fine. I was meant to say, the first line you read of this book is what I love and gripped me straight away. I am finishing up dinner with my family and my fiance when my husband calls. That I literally had to like highlight it because it's just like, seriously, what kind of question first line is that? It's like a Colleen Hoover book. But yeah, I think because I'm currently listening to Reminders of Him, I haven't actually finished Addicted for You yet. So while I'm at my lunch, I'm gonna listen to one of those within this reading vlog whilst I am making my lunch. But this is not a weekly vlog, it's a reading vlog. But yeah, I'm about to start chapter 3, I guess it's called, and I'm loving it so far. It's really good. Really enjoying it. I'm just like really intrigued how this is going to work out, but I'm actually really liking getting to know Jesse and learning about Emma's like childhood, like high school life when she meets Jesse. So I'm intrigued to see how they actually formally meet. I paused my timer, my stopwatch for my nap, and then instead of going back into reading, I had a phone call from my friend, so I didn't restart it, and now I've lost it again. So I know I did an hour and a half. I'm doing really well with this today. So we done an hour and a half out of 24 hours, so that's 22 and a half hours left to go. So, okay, it is now 2 o'clock, to be fair. And sorry, my brain is squeaking. I've had my interview and it's now time to get back on with reading. I've not read anything since before my friend called me. But I did receive a delivery. It's another book, but this has been in my pre-order for ages and it's actually a non-fiction book. It is The Girl's Bathroom, Living Life Messily and Learning to Love Yourself. And I can't wait to give this a read. That, like, I might... It's one of those books that I will probably just read, like, chapters out of, like, whenever random. It's like Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King that I still have not finished. But I really like it, and I just did an order on TikTok Shop for this like manifestation journal thing, which is like 1,000 pages. Where I'm gonna put it is a different question, but I don't care. But it is now time to get back on with reading. Okay, we're basically at 40% of this book. We are how many hours into this now? 4 hours and 10 minutes into this now, because my stopwatch says this, and obviously I did an hour and a half beforehand, so it's around 4 hours. It would probably be, I'd probably be a lot more into it, like not into it, but a little more like further in, or probably nearly finished if it wasn't for having COVID. But it's okay, and also not being distracted by other things. But it is okay, it's life. I just had dinner, a load of Dominoes, so good. Perfect. And they got the dough balls back, like the twisted dough ball things back, and oh my god, I remember having them at uni and I was obsessed. I'm so happy. So yeah, I'm obsessed with this book though. It is so good. I don't know what, see, Tony Jenkins Reid and Colleen Hoover, they put something in their books that makes me obsessed. It's like, okay, I say that, Carrie Hope Fletcher with This Kiss, oh my god, it was so good. Like, I was hooked. I needed to find out what was going to happen. I was like, oh my god, poor Grayson. But anyway, this book I'm obsessed with at the moment. They're talking, it's now obviously Sam and Emma's part of like how they found each other again and falling in love. And I'm just like, my heart is hurting because I'm like not ready to find out what's going to happen once we got past finding out how they found love, and now that they're engaged and Jesse's coming home. And I'm like, I can't deal. I genuinely can't deal. Like, I don't know how I'm going to cope. Because in my biggest head, I was like, how long has Jesse been alive? Like, I mean, obviously he's been alive the whole time, but I don't know. I can't, I need to find out what's going to happen.
I'm running, what am I running from? Time's going by, but where's the time going? I tried to give you everything. You took it all and took it for granted. If you're still falling out of love, maybe it's 'cause it's not enough.
I will say like 90% of the way through this book right now. I've nearly finished it. I feel like I've just been put through an emotional roller coaster of this book. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like my heart is being ripped out of my chest. I just, oh my, why did I start with this book? I should have started with like The Honeymooners and then moved to this book, because now I just want another book that's gonna make me cry. But we ain't gonna do that. We're just gonna, I'm gonna move on to the other one, but I just, the way it's just got, and I was in my head thinking she's gonna go back to Jesse. It's just gonna go back to Jesse, although it does make sense why she doesn't in the end. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but it does make sense why. But I was loving Jesse throughout the time of the dating. I felt bad for him when he came back. Like, I did feel sorry for him because obviously it's hard for what he's been through. But then the way he was acting with her, like he expected her not to change over the time, three years that he was gone. Like, she was obviously going to move on, she's young. If she was like 70, I kind of would understand. But she's in her 20s. So I'm a bit annoyed by that, but now he's like kind of realised things. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, we have now finished One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like my heart has been ripped out of my chest, but it's such a good book. Definitely recommend it. I love the relationship between Emma and Marie. So Marie is Emma's older sister, and I love hearing their story of how they grew apart when they were like teenagers, and as they got older, when like Emma lost Jessie, or thought she had lost Jessie, they got closer, and to where they are now. I think it's like the kind of real positives of what can happen in between sisters. So I don't have a sister, so I wouldn't know. I do love Jessie and Emma's relationship from when they were in high school, when they met, and like I also love how they ended it, because he moved on, found someone else, she moved on, and obviously they got married to Sam. And I do love Sam and Emma's relationship. I think it was just perfect. I think the way he was with her after the loss of Jessie, I think was just incredible. And he was incredibly strong. But yeah, I've tabbed a lot of this book because there's so many bits I liked. So I'm really happy with it, and I'm going to give it a 5 stars because I couldn't. We're 7.5 hours through this reading vlog and I finished one book, which actually is pretty decent considering I started it today as well. So I'm really happy that I finished it. Whilst having COVID as well. By the way, that is going to be my pinpoint of this video, that I have COVID through this, just so you all know, because I'm throwing myself a pity party. I'm not really bothered about it, you know, like I'm excited for my future really right now, but I'm excited to read more books. Like I am just loving reading right now. Good morning, it is Friday, it is the next part of this 24-hour reading vlog. Oh, I did not realise I was doing that. I am about to start reading, but I'm just going to look for something to put on first, and then I'm going to start reading. It has to be a film that I've watched before, not something I haven't, because, well, I'll get too distracted. So, we got to 7.5 hours yesterday. No. 7.5 hours yesterday. So we're nearly at 8 hours. Out of 24 hours. I'm doing great. But we did finish One True Loves, which means the next book to read is The Honeymooners. I'm really excited to give this a read. This probably, because this is longer, it's probably going to take me a while to get through. So we'll see how long it takes to get through, if I can bother to even start reading it. Okay, I am watching Angus Songs and Perfect Snogging, and we are about to start. Let's go.
I would do it in a heartbeat. That's if you really love me. Setting fire to my brain, wondering how I'm to blame. You're the one who doesn't dream, so why are you always sleeping? I remember when you said you're afraid of what's ahead. What happened to ride or die? I asked and you just start crying. How are you acting so surprised? Haven't you seen?
Okay, I'm now in my hoodie because I'm feeling really cold. Probably COVID. Love that. And I took a nap, and yeah, I'm now awake. And I've read 2 chapters in my book of The Honeymooners, and I'm kind of bored at the moment. Like, the first 2 chapters are really not giving it to me. I'm sure as they go on the honeymoon, I'll be more interested. But yeah, it's not really giving anything to me yet. So we love that. Okay, I fell asleep again. Honestly, I don't know how this reading vlog is gonna work at all. But I'm like 22% of the way through this book, and I'm really like, maybe it's just because I'm ill, but I don't think it is, because I've been ill before and read books and been obsessed with them. Like Ugly Love I read when I had the worst cold, like worse than this, and I was obsessed. So Hopefully it'll get better. Like, it is good, but I'm just not obsessed with it. Everyone's hyped it up. I think it's one of those books that's not doing it for me at the moment. I think it's just all I see is hate. I don't see anything nice in it at the moment. It's like not gonna be. I don't think that they're gonna fall in love. And I thought, well, but yeah, I'm about to start chapter 6. I'm just watching a YouTube video, and then I'm gonna put Annie back on, and I think I'm gonna put Hamilton on. I'm not sure. Between Hamilton or back to Harry Potter, I don't know.
It in my eyes, oh, I'm running. What am I running from? Time's going by, but where's the time going? I tried to give you everything. You took it all and took it for granted. If you're still falling out of love, maybe it's 'cause I'm not enough. Maybe it's not enough, baby. I don't wanna lose you after all that we've been through. If you could change my mind.
Okay, we are. I have to work this out. 11 plus 1 is 12. 13 hours of the way through this. This is 11 and a half, but obviously I'm an hour and a half before as well. So 13 hours through this reading challenge, which is already, I think I'm already doing better than I was last time, because by the time it was 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday, I'd done 14 hours. I'm actually going to do this again tomorrow to continue through tomorrow, but I'm hoping to finish this today. I am halfway through, so if I can finish this today, I will do it until tomorrow, even if it gets past 24 hours. Just so I can read another book. But I don't think I'm going to read Beach Read anymore. I think I'm going to read a Bridgerton book, because I'm really feeling like reading one of that. I'm not How to Kill Family, because I feel like something different. But probably Bridgerton. So I might not do Beach Read. I just don't know if I'm feeling like it's just yet. I think it's similar to, like, yeah. But this book is actually better than it is. I was bored at the beginning, but actually I'm really liking it now. It's leading towards 4 stars for me right now, because it's really good. I'm really intrigued. I'm like 50% of the way through, so I think by the end of today I can get through it. The only way I'll stop this video early is if I get a negative COVID test tomorrow, because then I'll be doing 2 shifts at the Harlequin for the show that I really, really want to see, but I am probably going to miss, because I doubt this is going to come back negative tomorrow, but fingers crossed. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to go get some dinner, and then I'm going to continue reading, because, like I said, I do want to finish this tonight, because it's just really good. And they've just had massage, well, she just had a massage, and oh, it's really good. We are now 15 hours, 16 hours, nearly 16 and a half hours in to this reading vlog. And I have just finished The Unhoneymooners. This would have been finished a lot earlier if I didn't take naps within the day, but I obviously had COVID, so have needed to rest, and I'm glad I have. I feel like I still don't feel like I got it bad. Like, I just feel like I got a cold, and I've had worse colds than this, so I am praying tomorrow it comes back negative, because I would love to see the show, but I was trying to think of ways I could go to the show, but then I feel too guilty, so I'm not going to do that, unless I'm negative, obviously. But I finished reading The Honeymooners. Absolutely loved it. It's a 4-star rating for me. Ethan and Olive's relationship was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I think it's just such a great story, like how they hated each other, and the way it was. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a little bit better than a hating game, and I didn't gonna say that. And then with Amy and Dane, and like with Amy and Olive's like relationship and the argument, and when she ends up finding out the truth, I just love it. I think it was really good. This gets a 4 stars for me. I actually really love Christina Laura's writing. I think it's good. I think they've got a really good writing. I've actually got Love and Other Words coming on its way because I found a new cover online and it's only like £12, so I had to do it. So I've got that on its way, but I'm really excited. But I absolutely know it's a 4-star read. Tomorrow we are probably starting the first Bridgerton book because I think it'll be an easy one for me to read because I've seen the series, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I will continue this tomorrow. Okay, hello, good morning. It is the last part of this vlog. This vlog should just be called reading 3 books in 3 days instead of 24-hour reading, but we're still doing it as 24-hour reading because I'm halfway through the time. I ain't giving that up now. We got, so it says 14 and a half hours basically on that, which is 15, so wait, 14 plus 1 is 15. So 16, basically 16 hours. We've got 8 hours left to do, and in that 8 hours I want to read Bridgerton, The Duke and I. It is the first book in the Bridgerton series. I've watched the series, I've watched both seasons. I'm obsessed, I love it. So I want to read the book. To find, just sort of like to read the story as well. So yeah, I absolutely love him. Sorry, but Dream Man. But yeah, I'm gonna give this a read today, and hopefully I'll finish it within 8 hours. I'm watching Suicide Squad first of all, start the day off because, you know, update, I tested positive still, obviously, otherwise I would be saying to you, I'm going to end it here or I'll read until I have to leave for work. But no, I tested positive, so I'm still not going to work. It's fine, I will do. I need to message my friend though to tell her no. So just wish her breaking down for the last 2 shows and basically, yeah, so I'm going to do that in a minute.
I would do it in a heartbeat. That's if you really love me. I would do it in a heartbeat. That's if you really love me. I would do it in a heartbeat. That's if you really love me.
Done 17 hours of reading. I only read 1 chapter, was actually the prologue of this, but then I kind of needed to take a break because I felt really tired. I need to turn this fan off because it's not actually helping me, but I've actually got bored of the Vampire Diaries, not Vampire Diaries, the Suicide Squad, and so I'm just going to put the Vampire Diaries on, and I'm going to watch the first episode of that because between that and Pretty Little Lies and Gossip Girl. So I'm going to put the pilot episode of the Vampire Diaries on, and if I feel like watching, I'll continue. If not, I'll move to what's the one after that? Well, Pretty Little Liars, but yeah, I'm just gonna try and read. I'm feeling like fine, just like my energy's a bit meh today, but you know, I could be feeling a lot worse, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, let's do this. Let's read some more.
You were supposed to keep her safe, wasn't that the...
I forgot what I got in there, so. Do this. I'm so ready. I've already tabbed some of this because I do like the prologue. I like finding out how Simon was when he was younger, like a baby and a kid. So, okay, hello. I have decided I am, what is it, about 10%, 12% into the book, and I'm actually going to end this vlog here. It's about 20 hours into reading, and I honestly just feel like I'm forcing myself to read now, and I'm not enjoying it. I'm enjoying this book, but I just don't want to read at the moment, and I can't keep doing it. So I'm going to end this video. But I am going to end by talking about the 2 books I did finish, and talking about the beginning of that book, because why not? Let me just get the deal off. Yeah, so I read for basically 20 hours, which I think, even though it is basically 3 days, I did it over 3 days last time, and it was 14 hours, so I think I did pretty well to get this 20 hours, considering I'm also got COVID, so my energy is so low. So that's another reason why I'm stopping now, because I just keep wanting to take naps, and fighting that and just to read is not worth it. So I thought I'd stop. Because I wasn't going to get myself into a reading slump by forcing myself to read a whole day today again. So I fully read 2 books. So I completed 2 books throughout this reading vlog. The first one I read was One True Loves, which was about Emma, who was married to Jesse, and then Jesse gets in a helicopter accident. So she grieves him and then meets Sam, finds Sam again, who she actually went to high school with and worked with, and then ended up falling in love with Sam, and then she finds out that Jessie is still alive, and she has to then really figure out what she wants, who she wants. I honestly cannot stop thinking about this book. It's been 2 days now technically, and I'm obsessed still. I still can't stop thinking about it. This is just a fantastic book, like a fantastic story. Loved it, and I just felt my heart rip in this book so much. I actually cried. I don't know if it's the first book I've cried at, but it's definitely gotten close to it. So, and then I read The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. I read this yesterday and all in one day, and it started off a little bit. For the first few chapters I was like, I'm not feeling this, don't really like it, and then, oh my god, was I wrong. I absolutely adored this book. I genuinely think it was so good. Like, I think in some ways this was better than The Hating Game in the way of enemies to lovers, just because it was a bit more powerful, strong. I just felt the strength. I loved it. And I just genuinely think it's a very good story. Olive is Ami's sister. Ami got married to Dane at the beginning of this book, and Olive is her twin sister, and Ethan is Dane's brother. Everyone at the wedding party, apart from Olive and Ethan, got food poisoning from the buffet, because Ethan doesn't eat from like buffets, and Olive is allergic to shellfish, so they were both fine from it. So they ended up taking a honeymoon, and they did not like each other at first, and this whole story is, I just absolutely loved it, and I could not stop thinking about it last night. I think I dreamt about it. So, yeah, that got a 4. So, this got 5 stars, this got 4 stars. I know I'm on chapter 4 of Bridgerton, The Duke and I, where I'm leaving it at today. Well, I'm not going to leave the book at, I'm just going to stop reading the vlog. Nothing against the book's good, but I like the series because there's a lot more into it, not just solely focused on Daphne and Simon, and I think that's what this is missing. This is clearly just based around Simon and Daphne, and not really the whole other friendships, the other relationships around it. Like, not relationships, but like the family, like the way it is in the TV show is different. But I'm only 3 chapters. I've only read 3 chapters plus the prologue, so there's still more to go. But I'm going to read. I'm sure I will keep you updated in my vlogs, because in my vlog I'll also be annotating Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo as probably as well. But I am going to end this video here. I'm probably going to start another weekly vlog afterwards, but I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video.